Welcome to the Visionary Chronicles, a business strategy podcast where we provide insight to those looking for creative, executable strategies built around the latest disruptive ideas, innovative cultures, product creators, and marketing solutions. Welcome to the Visionary Chronicles. Today, we're going to take more content from the recent book I just released. It's from the award-winning best-selling book. And thank you for those who are out there supporting the book, purchasing the book, and giving me great feedback as to how you're applying that which you've learned from the book. The Visionary Brand, the success formula behind the world's most visionary brands. Recently had received a reader's favorite award winner. It was Best Nonfiction Marketing Book and also an Amazon bestseller. So very privileged, and thank you for everybody that supported the release of the Visionary Brand, and probably even more importantly, how you've applied that to your business and how it's made you more successful, more disruptive, and a better leader. So this, what we're going to talk about today in the Visionary Chronicles is from the book, The Omni-Channel Strategy. We talked about last time another subject related to the Omni-Channel Strategy, but today we're going to talk about disruption, or more specifically, how to disrupt industry norms. And I love this one quote by Eric Shinseki is disrupt or be disrupted. And this quote from Eric, a retired U.S. Army general, really emphasizes the importance of brand disruption. Just a few simple words, and I use it quite frequently in my presentations I give across the country to companies and brands and leaders of those brands. Disrupt or be disrupted. That's just a great, simple quote, but it's very impactful. You know, in today's fast-paced and what we say, this constantly evolving business landscape, brands that fail to disrupt themselves and their industries risk being left behind. And I throw that in there because when we talk about disruption, many times, or more often than not, we talk about disrupting the external world. But really, many times, we need to disrupt the internal world as well. How is our brand running? What's our processes? How do we interact with our customers? What is our lifestyle experience like? How are we building brand loyalty with our customers? So disruptive brands challenge that status quo, shake up their traditional models, and they offer innovative solutions to customers' problems. And I'm not talking about going out and doing these lame customer surveys or, hey, how are we doing? What are you looking for? They're not the vision behind your company. You have to anticipate what the customer wants and how it will make their life better. Now, that could be both personally as well as business. And this could also go beyond product. Even if an apparel company, don't necessarily look at product or how to make a better running shirt. Figure out how to make your customer a better runner. What information are you going to give to them as an authentic run company to help them be a better runner? So by doing so, you create this or new market or market share you take away from established players in the industry as a result of providing value beyond product, but you're disrupting. And you're disrupting in ways that most people hadn't thought about. So what I want you to think about, and I talk about it in the book, is think disruption, yes, but think disruption in many different areas of your company, not just against competitors. So this quote is really a call to action for brands to disrupt themselves before others disrupt them proactively. And, those who stand still, as we know, the old adage is you get run over. And it's still an adage that's true today. And it's more often than not, and more frequently than you think, even with big brands. For those who are small brands or startup brands, I can tell you, working with big brands as well as, let's say, mid to large cap brands and companies, you would think that they're very complacent, they're very status quo, but they're not. The ones that are complacent and status quo and are big companies, nothing wrong with it, but what they are commodities. They have no pricing power, especially when you see In the age that we're in today, it's incredibly important to have pricing power. And pricing power is driven through brands that have created a lifestyle that consumers want to be a part of. And this could be the soap, this could be detergent, it could be apparel, it could be footwear, it could be anything. I don't really care. All I'm saying is, as a brand, be a brand and build a lifestyle your community can embrace. And as a result, you'll have continual lifetime value creation with your customers. If you just spit them out through the back end after they purchase your product and provide nothing, then that's what you're going to get back, is nothing. If you provide something, you'll get something back. If you provide a lot back, you're going to get a lot back. So you have to embrace your customer after the purchase and make sure that you're providing value beyond that. So when we talk about disruption and disrupting the industry norms, visionary brands, what I find is they're constantly asking this question, why? Why do we do the things this way? Why does it work this way? Why does our competitors do it this way? It's always the why question. And when we do the ideation, it's one of the things that we put up on the board with Liquid Mind is why, and just a big question mark. And it really starts the conversation. And I think you'll find, whether it's leadership, whether it's product creation, commercialization, operations, sales process, strategy, interaction with your customers, whatever it may be, you're just asking why. Why does it happen this way? Or why do we do it this way? Or why is it always done this way? Why do the things work the way they do? Why hasn't somebody or anyone updated this process? Or why can't we change an industry? All of these lead to breakthroughs at some point. Not all, but the great visionaries and the great inventors of our lifetime have all had miserable failures, but they're always asking the question, why? And they will try to find and work through potential solutions until they find a solution. You're not changing the status quo unless you ask these questions. So while asking this question, you must ensure that these answers fit. And what I say by fit is a brand for a reason. And you're selling a lifestyle, not a product. And that could go for anything. Don't just think of apparel or footwear or CPG companies. Think tech companies as well. There's a reason people embrace brands. There's a reason people go to Apple. There's a reason people go to Microsoft for maybe their services or whatever it may be. But there's always this lifestyle or lifestyle experience that people want to be a part of, and why they're so loyal to your brand. So it goes back to this question of loyalty and fit. The loyalty and the fit is relative to trust. Who you are, what you do, how you work, where you engage with your community. Do you understand your community? Are you supporting your community? These fit with the brand, product culture, your community, and your lifestyle. And all of these pieces of the puzzle come back to one word, and that's authenticity. And I often talk about authenticity, but I want the brands that we're talking with to understand that unless you're authentic, you're not going to build trust. And if you can't build trust, you're not going to build loyalty. And if you don't have loyalty, you don't have customer lifetime value. It becomes zero. Because they'll just buy one product from you and they had a bad customer experience, they had a bad quality issue that either wasn't resolved, and or even if the product worked, there was nothing beyond just the product that was benefiting them. So embrace the fact that authenticity is one of the important keys of it's this trickle-down effect of customer lifetime value, or all of these pieces of the puzzle customers and brands want to be a part of. So as a brand, be a brand. A brand is not just one thing, it's all things that you do. So authenticity is a key to success and often takes a back seat, interestingly enough, to product that a brand feels is the next revolution. But more often than not, it's just an evolution, and a bad evolution at that. It's one where you risk lower adoption rates. And if it doesn't fulfill a ongoing brand promise, it could build distrust with your brand as well, and complacency with your brand. So it's incumbent on a brand to be proactive in all engagements with your community to ensure that you have ongoing product loyalty. Ralph Lauren is A+ at this. He's built this lifestyle experience that's second to none with the people that are loyal to him and his brand. So disrupting is an earned right, earned through trust and authentication. A product is only a product, until someone says it's awesome. And with the age we're in right now, with artificial intelligence, with Liquid Mind, I know with we and our brands that we were very proactive with artificial intelligence and how to integrate that into our marketing strategy for our brands. And this is one where trust is a question mark. How do we trust what artificial intelligence can give to us? It's a matter of, again, what you're feeding it. And, if you don't know what to feed into artificial intelligence or, OpenAI with chat GPT, and we find it's going to come out with the wrong answer. It's interesting exercise that we use with our brands when we're implementing AI is, what are you asking chat GPT? What are you asking him to give back to you? What information are you providing? Because the answer is only as good as the input, and the output is what you put in. So when you look at the brands that have, built this user experience into their creative process, the ideation to the next great product, whatever it may be, it enhances their community's life. It's easily explained, extremely difficult to execute, but, that's a creator's mindset. That's their playbook. So what does this, omni-channel strategy for disrupting industry norms look like? And number one, I say is, understand your brand and your community. Building a great product internally does not mean it translates externally. So understanding your brand and your community. And you'll see I didn't talk about surveys or going out there and asking them what they want. And I go back, it was an old adage, but it still holds true today, interestingly enough. It was with Henry Ford when they asked him, you can have any color you want as long as it's black. It's a similar analogy here is if you'd have asked your customer what they were looking for, Henry Ford said they would be looking for a faster horse, not a car. A car hadn't been invented at that point. So it's a really important aspect to understanding your brand and your community, where they should be going, not where they're at today. Number two is ABC, is always be creating. Ensure you build an innovation pipeline of products that continues to satisfy a community need. It's a very succinct thing to do, but extremely difficult to execute. So always be creating. And the other is AUX. Not auxiliary cord, it's awesome user experience. Create a seamless user experience that your community will proactively discuss with others. Have them be your advocates. I find, these investments in marketing, when we talk to our brands through Liquid Mind, one question we always ask is, what's your word of mouth marketing? What type of value is that? It's the most authentic marketing a brand could ever have. Bad news spreads 250 times faster than good news. But at the same time, the word of mouth is your most authentic branding you could ever not purchase, I call it. And so when we look at this awesome user experience, is again, create a seamless user experience for their community that they'll proactively discuss, online or offline, whatever it may be, but you're just spreading the word. There's no better authentication than a community with a positive voice. And, you'll have to work very hard to degrade, you'll not have to work very hard, rather, to degrade your brand equity if you screw this up. And I just want to make you aware how important a user experience is. Your product can be great, but if the user experience is horrific, it's going nowhere. So again, the three principles I have in discussing this omni-channel strategy through my new book, The Visionary Brand, the Success Formula of the World's Most Visionary Brands. And we talk about that degrading of brand equity, how quickly it can go away if you screw up a great customer experience. So again, understand your brand and your community. Always be creating, have an awesome user experience. You must have an authentic culture of risk takers, idea generators, brand missionaries to disrupt the norm. All are important and all of them are required in order for you to be generational and visionary. And continue to build your authentic products, your community adopts. And as a result, a simple formula is lifetime customer value. With it, you have it. Without it, you don't. So again, I say stay true, stay authentic, be different, and be great. Enjoy the journey along the way. This is a podcast from my recently released book, The Visionary Brand, available at all outlets, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. Just recently received the Reader's Favorite Award for favorite marketing genre business book, nonfiction, and also is an Amazon bestseller. So thanks to all of you out there that supported the book. Very appreciative and very blessed. So again, thank you for your time on the Visionary Chronicles. We will see you on the next podcast.